Today I'm going to be ranking my favorite Pokemon starters. I'll talk about them as a line first, then rank them individually. Cool? Cool. Bulbasaur line. Bulbasaur is probably my least favorite of Gen 1, which we'll get into. I do really like Bulbasaur and Ivysaur. It's just Venusaur I'm not huge on. It's just kind of ugly. But I really like Bulbasaur and Ivysaur. Ivysaur is really cool in Smash Bros, obviously. I had a weird obsession with Bulbasaur in one of my friends' Discords because there was a sound effect with it was this sound effect, and the little emoji was Bulbasaur, and then I kind of just got obsessed with Bulbasaur. So Bulbasaur himself and Ivysaur. Ivysaur's an S. Bulbasaur's an S. But Venusaur is like a C, honestly. Same with Mega Venusaur. So that's why the line as a whole I like, but or I like these two. These two are like S tier, but the line as a whole I don't like that much. Okay, the Charmander line, I know it's overexposed. I get it, but they're really cool. That's why. Especially Charizard. I mean, Charizard is sick. What do you want me to say? I actually got a Charizard in like back in Pokemon White from some the trade where you just kind of the one where you just show what you have and then be like, oh yeah, this, and then we traded them. I don't remember what I traded for it, but I got it. Charmander and Charizard are S. Charmeleon's like a B. He's not that good. Mega Charizard X, S. Mega Charizard Y, I'd say is A. Squirtle line's my favorite. I usually pick Squirtle. The Squirtle line, they got cool designs. Blastoise is probably, well, no, Wartortle. But I like Wartortle's tail, though. Well, Squirtle's my favorite. He's S. Wartortle's like a solid A. Blastoise is a solid A. Mega Blastoise, he kind of looks dumb. I think, honestly, get rid of this. Get rid of this big one, or like, make it retractable. I think this is too much clutter. I think so. If you get rid of that, A tier. Chikorita line, weakest of Gen 2, obviously. There's not a lot of people that disagree with that. Chikorita herself, honestly, E tier. It's literally this is literally the weakest of the entire list. Maybe one of the weakest. We'll see. But Bayleaf, honestly, A tier. Meganium, also A tier. These two have good designs. It's just Chikorita looks so dumb. Like these stupid dots. It's like, nah, you look stupid. I get that they're supposed to be like the seeds for these, but it just looks dumb. Okay, Cyndaquil, I think is overrated, especially, or at least the line. The Cyndaquil line is overrated. I don't think Tyranitar is a very cool final evolution. I'm not gonna lie. I like Cyndaquil. Quilava is cool. Tyranitar is boring as shit. Is it Tyranitar? That's his name, right? No, Typhlosion, you moron. Typhlosion. I think Typhlosion is very overrated. I mean, the 3D model is also just terrible because it doesn't show its cool fire. Cyndaquil, you're an A. Quilava is like a B. Typhlosion C. I'm sorry. Typhlosion is C. I'm sorry. Hisuian Typhlosion is B. I still don't like him that much, but he's cooler. The Totodile line is my favorite of Gen 2, mostly because Totodile, he's just a funny little alligator. These two, I mean, look, okay. So I'm going to put, I say B and C. Here's the thing that I got to address. Water type is my favorite type in general, so I have a huge bias towards water type Pokemon. When I talk about the lines as a whole, they're usually going to be my favorite, but, well, I guess not usually, but like, so maybe not usually. Or there's like two more that's my favorite. So like about half. But yeah, anyway. Trico line, definitely solid. Definitely solid. I see Gen 3 and Gen 4, I don't know what my favorite lines are. I couldn't tell you. They're all really solid. I think the Trico line is the strongest all around. Like each one of its evolutions I like. Like Trico is like a good B. Grovyle is like a A. Sceptile is like a good B. No, honestly A. I think all three of these are A actually. They're all really good. Mega Sceptile, yeah, I'll give him an A too. Torchic line also really solid. I think Torchic's like a good little B. He's not that cool, but he's a little chicken. He's just kind of he's a little boring compared to like Trico. I don't like Combustion. Combustion's a wiener. Combustion was designed to be ugly to kind of like deter people from sticking with him because Blaziken's so good. That's kind of like the trade-off. Blaziken's an S tier. Same with Mega Blaziken. But yeah, Combustion's supposed to be ugly, so it does its job, but it's still ugly. Mudkip line. Mudkip's an S. I know he's a meme, but I do like Mudkips. The other two I'm not huge on. I don't even know what his name is. Marshtomp? Yeah, Marshtomp. He's kind of boring. Swampert is cool, though. He's also just kind of weird. His design's kind of unclear what he's supposed to be for me. I don't actually know what Mudkip's supposed to be now that I think about it. I get that they're Pokemon creatures, but, you know. I don't really get what their whole deal is going for. I think design-wise it works strongest with Mudkip. The blue and the orange cheeks and the tail. I think it gets a little boring with Swampert and Marshtomp. It's kind of bad. So I don't like Mega Swampert. Alright, the Gen 4 starter lines, probably the strongest overall. The Turtwig line is extremely strong, in my opinion. The Groudle is probably the weakest, but that's how middle evolutions usually are. And Groudle's not weak. Groudle is a cool design. But Turtwig himself, S tier, I'd say Groudle. I mean, Groudle is, I'd say he's definitely not A. Definitely B, but it's like a high B. Torterra is S, come on. Honestly, Groudle's A. Groudle's A. Chimchar line, also very, very strong. I mean, Fire Monkey. I love monkeys. Chimchar is himself. If you asked me this like a month ago, I'd say he's S tier. But really looking at his design, he's kind of ugly. I don't like his human face. I know he's a chimp. He's a monkey. But I don't know. Something about his face I don't really like. And like his ears. They're just a little too human. But Monferno and Infernape are both S tier. Monferno is a really, really strong middle tier. I really like the blue and orange. And then Infernape's so cool. Probably my favorite firefighting. The Piplup line is probably the weakest overall of Gen 4. I don't think that's that controversial. Piplup is an S tier. Piplup is an S tier. No question. But like the other two, I don't know. I honestly like C and like B. Because Empoleon is cool. I don't like the little white, whatever you call it. I don't even know what that's called. I know what they're going for. I just don't think you need it. I think his design is cool enough without it. I think it just adds clutter. Like with the trident and the pointed like fins. I think that gets I think that's a perfect design without the white tuft. I think you just color his belly white or something. When I think about Piplup's design too hard, I don't like it because like he's also kind of wearing clothes, but when I don't think about it, I like Piplup. So Gen 5 is my favorite gen. The starter lineup, I will admit, objectively not amazing, but I like them. Snivy's my least favorite line. Snivy is pretty cool. Snivy's like A, but these two are not cool. Servine is really lame. Like the epitome of a middle evolution in all the worst ways. Serperior's pretty cool though. Honestly, Snivy's S and Serperior's A. I think that makes more sense. Nah, Snivy's not that cool though. I'm a little 50. I'm 50-50 on Snivy. The Tepig line is my second favorite line. They're also not that strong though. Not that strong of a line. Tepig's an S. Come on. Look at that little guy. I love Tepig. The other two also not that great. I think Pignite is A or B. I think Pignite is just still a low A. Cause he's got, I think the round, like bulky look he's got going on works for him. Ambor, I still think, no, I think these are both B. I think Servine's B too. Like looking at the, here I'm gonna move Bayleaf and Meganium down to B tier. That feels more right to me. We'll reorder later. We'll reorder later. It's hard to know how I want to order these first time through. So now the Oshawott line. Oh man, my favorite. The Oshawott line is my favorite starter line. Completely because of nostalgia. It was my first starter in my first game. I think that's completely fair. Do I think they're objectively the best starter line? No. But I really, really like them. Oshawott is my favorite Pokemon. Duat is also really good. Samurott, I get it. So a lot of people don't like him. I still think he's an S tier. I get people wanting him to be bipedal. But I think he looks perfectly fine the way he is. I like the helmet. I like the shell swords. I like his like flowing whiskers. I think that's a good idea. Now the Gen 6 line. Each line of Gen 6 has like a good one. Like one good one and then like two kind of mid ones. You'll probably already know which ones I'm talking about. Definitely with like the other two. The Chespin line, I think Chespin is the strongest design. I'd say he's definitely like A at least. Maybe even S. But the other two, like B. I don't even remember their names. Is this Chestnut? I don't remember. Grass Fighting is cool. It's a cool typing, but I don't know design-wise. The Fennekin line. Fennekin kind of has the same thing as Chimchar. But she's not a monkey either, so. Braixen is probably the most solid. I'll give her an A. I'm not going to give her an S because, I don't know. She's just kind of tainted by people being weird. Is that fair? She's a weird, like, she's a little weird. Delphox, ugly. Actually bad. Dumb design. You were going in a good direction with Braixen, and it's like, what is this? No, you know what? I don't care if it's weird. I think Braixen has a good design. It's the little broom for like she's like a little witch. That's a good design. I don't care. The Froakie line is my favorite. I think it's the most solid. Froakie, he's like a little A. He's an A. God, no. Froakie's S. If Chespin's S, Froakie's S. No, we'll put these in A. We'll put these in A. Frogadier, still like a B. Not that great. Greninja's S though. Come on. We'll put Ash Greninja in S too. Greninja's S tier. He's so cool. I remember I was gonna pick Greninja. I was gonna pick the Froakie. But my sister called Greninja ugly and like gross because of the tongue, and I felt bad, so I switched to the Chespin line. And I regret that decision. I will regret that decision for the rest of my life. Okay, Gen 7. Two really strong ones. One kind of one of them I don't really like. Overall, I think they're pretty damn solid. Rowlet. I know people love Rowlet. I'm not huge on Rowlet just because, I don't know. Personal thing. I think owls are kind of creepy, so it's just personal. This thing, I don't even know his name. That's like honestly a D tier. That thing sucks. But Decidueye is like a solid A. Regular. I know people are probably mad about that. That's probably an S for most people. But again, I think owls are creepy. This one is not that. Hisuian Decidueye is like C, honestly. The Litten line is my favorite of Gen 7. I think Litten's an S tier. I don't remember what the middle one's called. I guess he's an A. No, he's a B. No, he's a C. I don't even remember his name. Incineroar though, that's an S tier. Well, no, he's an A. I don't like Incineroar that much. I like Litten more. I don't like the gray being like so prominent on Incineroar. I like just the black and red on Litten with the yellow eyes. And the yellow eyes are very prominent. The Popplio line's my least favorite, but I was going to pick Popplio. In Gen 7, they announced the starters first, then the later forms later. And when I first just saw the base ones, Popplio was my favorite. And Popplio's still my favorite. Popplio's S tier. I even have a stuffed Popplio because I really like Popplio. He's funny. But they should have made him a fighting type. They should have made him the fighting one. I wanted a fighting seal, like a Navy SEAL. I get he's like a clown, but even make him psychic then. Like, why make him a fairy, like a mermaid? That's so lame. That has nothing to do with clowns. Why go with the clown thing and then completely shift from that? So I don't really like these two. I think this one objectively is like fine. It's like a B tier. This one is really ugly and lame though. I don't remember their names. But yeah, I don't like the direction they went with the Pop Leo line. I think they could have taken a way cooler direction. I think we're at Gen 8. Gen 8, not that strong of a line. But there's still some bangers. Grookey. Grookey's the one I picked when the game came out. I think he's like a B tier. I think he's like a high B tier. He's not that distinct. I know that's not fair because it's like you're 8 gens in. But he's got the same colors as like Chespin, and he's a monkey. So I don't think he's that distinct, but he is cool. I do like, and his 3D model is actually like really good. I like his 3D model. Thwacky, is that his name? Thwacky? I think he's a good B tier. So same as Grookey. Same with Rillaboom. I think they're all like a solid B tier. They're a good line, just not super memorable, I guess. But you know, Drumming Monkey. That is a good idea. I do like Drumming Monkey. Scorbunny line, in hindsight, I think is the strongest overall, anyway. So I honestly think Scorbunny and Raboot are both S tiers. I don't really like Cinderace's design though. It's kind of the same reason I was kind of dissing on Braixen. People are weird about Cinderace, but I also just think it looks kind of stupid. It's got the pants thing. Yeah, I know Raboot has like a scarf, but I don't know. It just looks. I like it better. It looks fine, but like the pants with like the fur as like the part of the pants, like I don't like it. But Cinderace is terrible, so I'll put it in B. No, I'm putting it in C. I don't care. So that's why Scorbunny as a whole, I'm not huge on the line as a whole, because you know the final one's pretty important, and I think the final one is a C tier. Sobble line, I don't like Sobble. I'll put him in. I don't like Sobble. He's a big baby. I don't like these two either. I don't remember their names. I don't think they're that interesting. A salamander, it's like whatever, that like cries, but then he's like a gangster, and then he's like a spy. Like what is the consistent theme here? Genuinely, what is the theme with Sobble? I don't understand. Is it just supposed to be edgy? Like I guess these two are kind of consistent because he's like a crybaby and then he's like an emo. But then what's Inteleon supposed to be? He's a spy. He's like, what? And I just don't like how they look. Okay, last gen. Also kind of weak overall. Not gonna lie. I don't think any of these lines are very strong. But Sprigato, honestly, A. It's a cute little cat. Can't go wrong with a cute little cat. I don't like these though. These are ugly. Good concept. Ugly. They look ugly though, in my opinion. Bipedal cat, ugly. And cat Pokemon are kind of overdone too. The Fuecoco line, I think easily the strongest of the three. I mean, they're really cool. They have a really cool concept, but the design just kind of falls a little flat. I don't know where to. I think they're all B. I think they're like high B. Really cool concept. An alligator. I mean, we already have an alligator starter, but this one feels still distinct. Well, it's a crocodile. This one's alligator. This one feels very distinct from the Totodile line, so I give points for that too. But I don't know. The design just falls a little flat. I think it's like the colors and some of the shapes. I just not huge on. Then like he is kind of just an alligator in his final stage. He's not super interesting, but the concept is good. This is also, I hate this line. I think the duck's fine. I don't like I think the duck is fine design wise. I don't like his attitude though. So honestly, C for attitude. These are ugly. I hate these. I get the idea, but I don't like it. It's gross and weird. Okay, I guess I can order these. I mean, I am feeling a little more confident. It's mostly A and B, like in between A and B. I think I'm gonna move for alligator up. I'll move Swampert to A. I'll put Torchic in A too. Chespin's probably B. I'm not gonna order them by Pokemon. I'm just gonna keep them in tiers. I think this is good. It's definitely a bit top heavy, but I mean, you know, the starters are, you gotta be strong with the starters. I think that's only natural. It's kind of a bell curve from there. Just a little top heavy. I usually like to have a bit of a bell curve with like mid tier having the most, because mid tier would be like average, and it usually plays out that way. I don't usually have to like manipulate that in any way. But I'm gonna call it there. So Pokemon August is almost over. I hope this was a good video for the last week. I'm probably just gonna do a conclusion video. I know I said I had a big video plan, but I will get into that in my next video as to what happened. So stay tuned. Feel free to tell me what I did wrong. And feel free to tell me what I did right. And feel free to tell me your favorite line. You know, let's talk about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.